Today, we're going to talk about how bad is wealth inequality in the US. So hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you stay educated on how your money works. Rising wealth inequality in the US has become a central issue for many political and economic pundits, and discussion about policy interventions that might help address it are likely to remain at the forefront for generations to come. As these debates continue, here are some basic things to know about wealth inequality and which has changed over the years and how the US compares to it globally. Over the past 50 years, the highest earning 20% of US households have steadily brought in a larger share of the country's total income. In 2018, households in the top fifth of earners, with incomes of $130,000 or more that year, brought in 52% of all US income, more than the lower four-fifths combined. In 1968, by comparison, the top earning 20% of households brought in 43% of the nation's income, while those in the lower four income groups accounted for 56%. Among the top 5% of households, those with incomes of at least $248,000 in 2018, their share of all US income rose from 16% in 1968 to 23% in 2018. Income inequality in the US is the highest of all the G7 nations, and that's according to data from the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD. To compare income inequality across countries, the OECD uses the Gini Coefficient, a commonly used measure ranging from 0 or perfect equality to 1 or complete inequality. In 2017, the US had a Gini coefficient of 0.434. In the other G7 nations, the Gini ranged from 0.326 in France to 0.392 in the UK. Globally, the Gini ranges from the lows of about 0.25 in some Eastern European countries to highs of 0.5 to 0.6 in countries in Southern Africa. The black-white income gap in the US has persisted over time. The difference in median household incomes between white and black Americans has grown from about $23,800 in 1970 to roughly $33,000 in 2018. Median black household income was 61% of the median white household income in 2018, up modestly about 56% in 1970, but down slightly from 63% in 2007. Overall, 61% of Americans say there's too much wealth inequality in the country today, but views differ by political party and household income level. Among Republicans and those who lean towards the GOP, 41% say there is too much inequality in the US, compared with 78% of Democrats and Democratic-leaning supporters. Across income groups, US adults are about equally likely to say there is too much wealth inequality, but upper and middle income Americans, which account for 53%, are more likely than those with lower income, 17%, to say that there is about the right amount of wealth inequality. These views also vary by income within the two-party coalition. Lower income Republicans are more likely than upper income ones to say there's too much inequality in the country, 48% versus 34%. Among Democrats, the reverse is true. 93% at upper level income levels say there is too much inequality, compared with 65% of lower income Democrats. The wealth gap between Americans' richest and poorest families more than doubled from 1989 to 2016. Another way of measuring inequality is to look at the household wealth, also known as net worth, or the value of assets owned by a family, such as a home or a savings account minus outstanding debt, such as a mortgage or student loan. In 1989, the richest 5% of families had 114 times as much wealth as families right below them, at the median $2.3 million compared with $20,300. By 2016, the top 5% held 248 times as much wealth as the median. The richest family are also the ones whose wealth increased in the years after the start of the Great Recession. From 2007 to 2016, the median net worth of the top 20% increased 13% to $1.2 million. For the top 5%, it increased by 4% to $4.8 million. In contrast, the median net worth of families in lower tiers of wealth decreased by at least 20%. Families in the second lowest fifth experienced a 39% loss, from $32,000 in 2007 to $19,500 in 2016. And middle-class incomes have grown at a slower rate than upper-tier incomes over the past 5 decades. From 1970 to 2018, the median middle-class income increased from $58,100 to $86,600, a gain of 49%. By comparison, the median income for upper-tier households grew 64% over that time, from $126,000 to $207,000. The share of American adults who live in middle-income households has decreased from 61% in 1971 to 51% in 2019. During this time, the share of adults in the upper income tier increased from 14% to 20%, and the share in the lower income tier increased from 25% to 29%. So what are your thoughts? Is wealth inequality getting worse in the US, in the world overall? Do you agree or disagree with the stats? Leave a comment down below and let's get a discussion started. And as always, take care of your money. Today's book of the day is Tribe of Mentors by Tim Ferriss. I'll leave a link to the book down below, and if you prefer listening to it on an audiobook for free, I'll also leave a link to a 30-day free trial to Audible. You can choose this book or any book to listen to, and even if you cancel before your free trial is over, you can still keep the book and listen to it whenever you want.